Thompson with us now. Trinity, if you can tell us your school and your grade, and we'll give you the okay to go.
Good afternoon. My name is Trinity Thompson. I attend Charles Howard Flowers High School, and I'm a junior.
All right, great. Thank you. You are good to start.
Before we can get into the possible reasoning behind President Biden's decision, let's take a look at what affirmative action really is. The meaning of affirmative action by definition is a set of procedures designed to eliminate unlawful discrimination among applicants. Affirmative action first appeared in President Kennedy's executive order during the year of 1962. The order specifically states that the contractor will take affirmative action to ensure that the applicants are employed and that applicants are treated during employment without regard to their race, creed, color, or national origin. So although affirmative action has been around, its main purpose was to give minorities a fighting chance at the opportunities that non-minorities were able to obtain easily. For example, the most popular is college admissions. One of the most important things for colleges is for them to increase diversity. Because of this, they try to accept a certain amount of minorities in order to keep this diversity high and keep more people wanting to come and make them feel more welcome. Even though these minorities are just as qualified, it's their ethnic identity that gives them that extra push needed to retrieve a certain spot. This is just one example of the way affirmative action is used in today's world, but this same thing is also seen in the employment world, which brings us to today's topic of President Biden's efforts to appoint the first African-American woman as a Supreme Justice being akin to affirmative action. It's not just about being an African-American, but it's about being an African-American woman. Black women have long been overlooked for positions of power in this country, even when they are some of the most qualified. The first African-American man was appointed as a justice more than 50 years ago in the year of 1967, and the first woman was appointed more than 40 years ago in the year of 1981. The Supreme Court has been around for more than 200 years, and yet there has never been an African-American woman as a justice, even when they are more than capable of holding the position. President Biden has made it clear that his intentions were to appoint the first African-American female as a Supreme Justice, and all his nominees were Black women. Affirmative action or about time? Why not both? In a recent CNN interview with GOP Senator Robert Wicker of Mississippi stated, and I quote, "The irony is that the Supreme Court is at the very same time hearing cases about this sort of affirmative racial discrimination while adding someone who is the beneficiary of this sort of quota. This country stands on the ideals of free and equal opportunity for all. So what makes this time so different than the others? It's because it appeals to a group of people who are relying on President Biden for change. During the term in which President Trump was our leader, the Black community felt as if they had no support. There was an increase in racism, discrimination, and overall prejudice toward the African-American community. Even though slavery and segregation were long abolished, there still was not much change, and it seemed like there was even less Black representation in positions of power. So it has never felt like this was the land of free and equal opportunity. So when it came time for re-election, we were looking for differences to be made. With President Biden being new in office, a lot of the Black community are looking to him for better guidance and support, even more so after the many protests and riots that have been happening in alliance with Black rights and equality. These are some of the toughest times for the African-American community. So while it may seem coincidental that he decided to elect the first African-American female as a justice, I believe that it is akin to affirmative action. So I leave you with this quote: "Affirmative action was never meant to be permanent, and now it is truly time to move on to some other approach," by Susan Estridge. Now it really is about time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.